Right, so today then I'm going to try and show you how to do an oil and filter change on a 2002 Suzuki Bandit. I apologise in advance for the quality of this video as I'm using an iPhone and obviously the judderiness of it. This is my first time doing an oil change and I'm not very mechanically minded, so I'll do my best to describe it as much as I can. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run the engine up to temperature. I mean, take it for a quick spin around the block, or I don't know, run it up on idle for 5 to 10 minutes is what I've done. The next step, you want to undo the top oil filler screw thing, this black bit here, on the right hand side of the engine. Like so. The next step, you want to stick the bike on the centre stand if it's not already on it, or on a rear paddock stand. And you want to undo the nut on the bottom of the sump. Make sure at this point you've got something to catch, the used oil in. Your cat litter tray is good, or metal tray. I've got a cut down old chemical bucket. Now you're probably going to have gloves on for this point because you might get covered in oil. Don't worry about catching the nut, just let it fall in the oil, that's what I'm going to do. Have the engine oil warm, or warming the engine up, makes it a lot easier to drain all the oil out, hence starting it up for sort of 10 minutes before. Leave it for 5 minutes to, fully drain out, and then on to the next step. Right, to do the filter change, you're going to get on, if you've got one, an oil filter wrench which you can get on eBay for about between 6 and 10 quid. I think I paid for mine. You want to undo that one next, turning it counterclockwise. See there, right in there. Give it a loosen with the oil filter wrench and then get your hands in there and get that undone. Watch for oil going everywhere though, like I just spilled. So there we've got the old filter and the new one. What you want to do is get a bit of oil and smear it around the seals there, around the edge here, before putting that new one back in again. Do it much the same as taking the old oil filter out, just slip it between the headers and screw it back in again. When you've put the new one in, you only want to do this one up hand tight. You don't want to go OTT with it. So just do. Much the same as the oil filter. Get the bolt for the sump. Just hand tighten it up again, then torque it back up with the torque bar. Next up, you want to get your oil, and you want to do it bit by bit into the oil filler cap here. Do a little bit, run the engine till it's warm, checking the oil window down here, and top up if needs be. Right, now I've topped the oil up. As you can see in the window there, it's between, there's low, there's full. It's sort of between the two. You don't want it any higher than full, and obviously you don't want it any lower than low, you want it sort of in the middle. What you might find is when you turn the ignition on, is you'll get the red warning light, oil warning light coming on. I mean, that probably means you haven't put enough oil in, so give it a switch off, put a touch more in. I mean, I think I put in about just over 3 litres, so yeah. Right, give it all a clean down, and that should be done really.